You are probably familiar with the most frustrating parts of living with a cat. They suddenly bite your hand, shred the arm of your favorite couch, or look you right in the eye and pee on the bath mat. The standard human reaction is to assume they act out of spite. We assume they know they're wrong, so we yell, reach for the spray bottle, and punish them. Cats do not process cause and effect like humans. When scolded, they cannot connect your anger to the broken vase. That cognitive link is already gone. Instead, yelling just creates a direct connection between your presence and a spike in their threat response center. These outbursts are biological responses to an internal crisis. We can only address the behavior if we stop looking for a motive and start looking for a cause. Take inappropriate elimination. When a cat pees outside the litter box, owners frequently mistake it for behavioral defiance. But you have to look at their evolutionary context. A cat is in its most physically vulnerable state when toileting. Every prey instinct they have goes on high alert, scanning the environment for danger. This architectural diagram shows how we usually design their spaces. We tuck litter boxes away in hidden, noisy corners with only one exit. For a hyper-vigilant animal, that setup feels like a trap, and stepping into it triggers a terror response. The rest of our homes can be just as stressful. Keeping a cat in a clean, quiet, completely silent room strips their brain of necessary sensory input. Without things to stalk, vertical spaces to climb, or new smells to process, that lack of stimulation leads straight to destructive boredom. Inappropriate elimination is a survival strategy for an animal that feels vulnerable in their own home. Then there is sudden, unprovoked aggression, like when your cat abruptly attacks your hand during playtime. We actually train them to do this. By wiggling our fingers to tease a kitten, we wire their developing brain to view human skin as a legitimate hunting target. Another major trigger for sudden aggression is a total loss of bodily autonomy. This happens every time we walk over and scoop a cat up without warning, just because we want to cuddle. In the wild, cats only leave the ground when a much larger predator snatches them. Forcing them into the air triggers a biological survival response, dumping a massive spike of the stress hormone cortisol into their system. That sudden bite is a hardwired hunting instinct triggered by movement. The struggle to escape is a panic response to being restrained by a perceived predator. The most deceptive reason cats act out is to mask severe physical pain. Because cats are both predator and prey, showing visible weakness makes them an immediate target in the wild. Their evolutionary mandate is to sit perfectly still and hide their agony from the world. This hidden pain directly drives bad behavior. Avoiding the litter box or lashing out when you touch their back is often the very first symptom of joint arthritis or stress-induced cystitis. To identify hidden pain, researchers developed the feline grimace scale. This diagram shows 5 key zones measuring tension: ears, eyes, muzzle, whiskers, and head position. Watch the specific facial changes. When hurting, they flatten their ears, tighten the muzzle, and drop their head. By the time your cat begins destroying the house or acting aggressively toward you, they have likely already been suffering in absolute silence for months. This flowchart illustrates the tragic feedback loop we create when we misread the signs. An unmet need triggers the misunderstood behavior. We punish them, which causes a surge in chronic stress, which creates physical illness, which feeds right back into further unmet needs. An all-dry food diet keeps many cats in a state of chronic dehydration, which puts significant strain on their kidneys and can lead to painful urinary crystals. This constant physical discomfort lowers their threshold for stress, making them lash out at small frustrations that they would otherwise ignore. Shifting the paradigm means moving past the role of disciplinarian and looking at these behaviors as data points. A sudden change in a cat's behavior warrants a veterinary checkup and an audit of their living space, rather than a spray bottle or a raised voice. When we provide our cats with bodily autonomy, proper hydration, and a safe environment, we stop punishing them for surviving. We finally start listening to what they are trying to say.